Hey guys, and welcome to Quality Shot. Well, Cam Norrie has done it. He pulled off a fantastic victory here in Indian Wells, winning the final. Who would have thought we would have had a Cam Norrie versus Nikoloz Basilashvili final? Of course, me. No, I didn't predict it at all. And who would have thought all four semi-finalists would have been outside the top 20? Incredible, genuinely incredible, and I think great as well to see. Cam Norrie, though, beating and besting Basilashvili in 3 sets. We're going to get into that. Before I do, first of all, thank you everyone who joined the live stream. It was fantastic to have you guys all on. Apologies for not finishing it. It was 2 a.m. and I was just absolutely shattered. So I did do a lot of it. You probably would have seen I was coming out a little bit sleepy at times. So that wouldn't have, that's probably why as well I came off. But thanks to those who did come on and liked and commented and, got involved. Please do like this video as well and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do share it with your mates and family, anyone who you think is interested in tennis. And also do click the notification bell as well to get alerts to all the new videos. Okay, let's get into this then. So Cam Norrie and Basilashvili, first of all, as well, let me know in the comments what you thought of the final. We're going to break this down because I thought this was quite interesting as a matchup. And obviously, Cam Norrie, he's someone who's got a very contrasting game to Nikoloz Basilashvili, who's extremely aggressive, one of the most aggressive players, if not the most aggressive player on tour. And Cam Norrie is a bit of a grinder, to be honest with you. Utilizes his weapons well as a lefty, and the forehand is very versatile. Utilizes it well. The backhand is quite flat, but again, the shot tolerance that he has on both wings, to be honest with you, is very impressive. Basilashvili goes huge on the forehand, tries to dictate in points and just blow opponents away with huge power and topspin on the forehand side. And pretty similar on the backhand side, honestly. Both don't have huge serves. I would say Cam Norrie's serve is slightly better than Basilashvili's, and I think we saw that. We'll have a look at the stats actually and see whether that reflects in the match stats. And overall, it was a very intriguing matchup. And Basilashvili actually he was in pole position. Cam Norrie did break him first of all in the first set, so you got the early break, but then Basilashvili just completely took over, started dictating with the forehand, started hitting winners left, right, and center, kind of showing that form that he showed in the semi-final. And it was like, whoa, what are we watching here? Because this is a huge hitting, absolutely humongous hitting. He also was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a breakup in the second set. So he was a set and a breakup, and Cam Norrie came back, and I thought that was extremely impressive to me. Cam Norrie coming back, to eventually go on to win and then take that third set really comfortably as well. But I think one thing that he didn't do quite well, and I think he would have noticed in the first set, and maybe it's just because Basilashvili was playing that well, when you do play that high-risk, low-margin tennis like Basilashvili, it's very hard to keep that up for 2 whole sets, and even harder for 3 whole sets, to consistently hit the ball as he's hitting it and constantly getting it in court. And that is the issue that I think obviously he will have throughout his whole career, and has had, and that's why he's not a top 10 player, because the ability he shows when he strikes the ball so cleanly, I mean, he probably has the biggest forehand. I reckon it's in the top 3 biggest forehands on tour. That's how big I think that forehand is. It is absolutely huge. We're playing on slow, high bouncing courts here in Indian Wells, similar to clay, and he is genuinely hitting unbelievably huge clean winners through the court that Cam Norrie, who's actually pretty damn good at retrieving balls, is not getting anywhere near. And not just off the forehand, but off the backhand side as well. He hit this unbelievable drive backhand cross court, and it was just a rocket. So this guy can hit the ball so well. But Cam Norrie, his tennis IQ is definitely better. And his overall game, I think, is better. And I think he's just more consistent, and that came out, I think, in this match, because I think he obviously didn't utilize his skills well enough as well. So he he was going to the forehand a lot and letting Basilashvili dictate. I think he was going down the middle of the court a lot, Norrie, to be honest with you. And Basilashvili is going to easily, make that into a forehand. And even when he was tentatively going cross court with a forehand, not really hitting it with enough angle to force Basilashvili into hitting a backhand. And Basilashvili was like, "Thank you very much. I'll take that into in forehand, and I'll crunch that, and then good luck trying to hit a backhand. Then that's effective and going to push me back." And I think that's the pattern that Norrie found himself in, and it was probably the worst matchup possible, going, backhand to Basilashvili's forehand is just the worst possible matchup that Norrie would have thought could ever be in, in this match. And Basilashvili hits his whipping forehand cross court that just is almost Nadal-esque, to be fair. At times, he's got different variations of the forehand, which is why it's quite impressive as well. And he hits them all pretty well for the most part. And when he's getting in court, they're so dangerous. But it's that whipping forehand, really deep as well. And Norrie eventually, just succumbing, and not really succumbing by making a mistake. It was then Basilashvili then going up the line, and Norrie has been dragged out so far cross court that he's getting nowhere near that forehand down the line. So Basilashvili did really well early doors, and then Norrie, as I said, then adapted his game plan, went cross court to the backhand side, backed himself more. I think started to believe more in his game as well. I think he was getting blown away. He weathered the storm, and then he realized that Basilashvili started to make a few more unforced errors as well, started to filter into his game. And as I said, it's very hard when you play that type of tennis for it to be able to keep it up for 3 whole sets and even 2 sets, to be fair. And that's what we started to see. Norrie didn't waver. He actually started to adapt and I think get used to the conditions, and also Basilashvili better, adapted his game plan, and I think he started making Basilashvili have to play more backhands, and that's what you want, right? You don't want Basilashvili to be able, you don't want him to be in a position where he's able to make so many forehands that he's just dictating the point, and the point is really in his hands. It's not in your hands because you don't really have much of a say in it. It's more, okay, can I stay in this and force him into an error rather than being proactive in the points? And I think Norrie then started to wrestle the momentum in the rallies, and that helped him for sure. Let's go into the stats then for the match. So I'm just going to go match. I'm not going to go set by set. So quite interesting, obviously here. 1 ace compared to 2 for Basilashvili, and 2 double faults for Norrie. 1 was actually on a break point, and I've said this, and if you've watched my videos, you would have heard me say multiple times, how many times do people serve double faults a break point down when the pressure's on them and they've had to save 1 break point, or it's just a really, really high pressure situation? We're only human, right? And even these guys are as well, these elite sports players as well, and that's why you can see it at times. First serve percentage pretty much the same for both, 60 to 61%. But here is where we see a difference, right? And we see a difference in the first serve points won, with Norrie winning 77%, which is pretty good. 56% for Basilashvili is not very good. That's quite disappointing, I think, and he'll look at that and think that needs to be shored up better. He's got such a fantastic 1+ shot for the most part, but I think the returns that Norrie were making were very good, and Basilashvili's first serve is just not anywhere near top tier, and which is interesting because he hits the ball so cleanly off the ground. You would expect him to have a little bit of pop, a little bit more pop on the serve, but doesn't quite. But on the second serve, it was interesting. Obviously, Norrie struggled, and his second serve is quite weak. I mean, he serves kind of early 80 miles per hour. And he doesn't have the weapons that Basilashvili does kind of possess. So yeah. So 48% second serve points won, and Basilashvili 59% break points saved, and 50% there compared to 38%. So very good from Cam Norrie. Break points converted, you can see a higher break points converted for Cam Norrie, and then winners to unforced errors, 10 for Cam Norrie, 23 unforced errors, and 23 winners compared to 44 for Basilashvili. So yeah, an interesting one. Kind of, I think obviously you can see Basilashvili being the aggressor as well in the points. Look, not the highest level of match, but a very intriguing one nonetheless. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought as well of the match, and yeah, keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye out for more tennis content coming out, of course. And yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Please remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos. Comment as well. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you very much.